All right, hello spirit team, how are you guys? I am sorry I've been away for a little bit of time, not that I have a set schedule for when I upload. I actually had a bit of an incident where I actually hurt myself. I broke 3 toes, but we're not here for that right now. I feel like we have a message that needs to be heard, not only from source, God, creator, whatever you would like to call him, but it seems like our ancestors and spirit guides have a little bit of a message as well. So if you feel so inclined, please pick one pile, and if it does call to you to pick all 3, I will see you in all 3 piles. Right now I'm going to get close up and show you the cards. So this is pile number 1, Oya, Goddess of the Storms, or Risha. Number 13. We have number 2, Mawa Lisa, Cosmic Power. And then we have Nana Buluku with Seasons, number 1. Okay. So again, we have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. All right, go ahead and make your selections and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, pile number 1, welcome back to my channel here on Born Jinx with a question mark. Okay, because we are not Born Jinx, we're curse breakers. Excuse the air conditioning, I'm in a new location, so the background is a little bit different, I know. So you chose Oya, the Goddess of Storms, and Oya has been known to be a goddess not to be messed with, to put it lightly. She is the goddess that fights with Shango to create thunder and lightning. So whenever you hear a storm, it's her, well, one of the legends. And I hate to say legend because it's a little bit disrespectful to me, for me, when regarding deities, because I feel like legend gives that essence that there may be doubt behind it. So one of the stories behind the creation of storms. With Oya, I can already tell that you are a powerful being, female or male, and there may be a little bit of turbulence in your life right now. And looking at your cards as they came out, I did put them in the what the fudge or WTF spread. If you've looked at the other readings I've done, this is the spread that I gravitate towards the most. I can see that you are probably in a place where you are questioning leaving a situation behind. Most likely a situation that has to do with your finances. So in the WTF position, you have the Hierophant, which is a card that represents routine, structure, the spiritual connection, however in a more masculine way, because you do also have a high priestess, not in this spread, but in tarot there is the High Priestess and then the Hierophant. So when you see the Hierophant, this is the more masculine energy that is connected to spirituality. I have heard folks that get this card should be focusing more on keeping a routine. Then we have the 5 of Pentacles crossing that. So this card, especially in this deck, reminds us of us seeing and praying for more pentacles or finances or funds in any way that comes. And then you have your 2 in the sky. He's searching, and they're in the river, and there's 2 more that are coming to him. So in the fudge position, you have the Magician and the 8 of Cups that came out with it. And this is why I say you may be leaving behind a situation where you feel like it's not emotionally fulfilling you, it's not giving you the finances you need, It's not getting you where you feel like you deserve to be. With the magician is the spirit, the energy of being able to manifest whatever you want. The magician has all of the key elements in tarot. So he has the wand, he has the sword, he has the cup, and he has the pentacle. So he can create whatever he likes, right? I call myself a magician myself because I have all of the tools in my toolbox to create the reality that I'm looking for. It's all upon me. Now with the Eight of Cups, this is a person who is ready to leave behind these 4 cups that are in the river and is praying to be able to access those next 4. I've also seen tarot decks where it's almost as if the person is walking away from the 8 cups altogether and heading toward the 9. Now, in what's real in this situation, in that placement, you have the Knight of Wands. And I asked for some clarification from the Isis Oracle. And we have stay true and be in your power. Horus and Isis, Lord and Lady of the Divine Authority. So with the Knight of Wands, this is a fast-moving energy, creative energy. So I would tell you to stand as exactly as Isis is. Stand in your power. You are on the right path as far as choosing that creative energy and sticking to it. Now, I'm sorry, I have to take a pause. I just want to make sure I'm getting all the messages that need to be given to you. With the what do you need to know, we have the Three of Swords. Now the Three of Swords, as you can see, are right above her head, with the Eye of Ra and the Eye of Horus. Now, some read this as heartbreak, but we have to remember that the swords represent the thoughts. So this is remembering, in this position for me, is remembering that your thoughts only have as much power as you give them, right? It's almost as if Spirit is asking you to collect yourself, gain the power over your thoughts, shed that heartbreak, and realize that unconditional love is your power. Your energy is your power, and you have the control and the ability to move yourself out of certain situations. Right? Okay. And then what do you need to do? We have the Hermit. Now the Hermit is a fond friend of mine. The Hermit is also represents Virgo. But the Hermit is a call to pull yourself away, to, I wouldn't say isolate yourself, but check your internal energy. The Hermit is a person, a spirit that truly knows themselves, is completely self-aware, has done that shadow work, has done the inner work and inner healing, so that once they are out and about in our realities, that they're ready to actually give their true power, show their true power. So with that being said, and looking at the situation that you're in, I just want to take a pause and really hear what else is there for you. I'm being drawn to pull a few more cards. Spirit, what else is there? What is it else? What else is there that Power number 1 needs to hear? As this card came out, the world, I felt called to tell you to release all doubt. Release all doubts that things are not going to work out for you. One of my favorite things, and I call it one of my one truths, or one of my few truths, is that things happen for me, not to me. No matter the situation, no matter what is happening to me, things happen for me, not to me. You are on a divine path. You are a divine being having a human experience. Listen to your intuition and you will have access to the world. And I also hear to remind yourself that this is not just about you. When you're in those predicaments where you feel like there is no option, there is nowhere for you to go, nowhere for you to be, and you almost feel like you can't find the light, I want you to remember that there is a bigger picture. That this world is so much bigger than you, and Spirit and Source would never put you in a place where you could not handle it. I know when you're down and out, you don't want to hear that sometimes. However, I'm here to remind you that the lessons are only given to those who can handle them. Every day when I go outside, I see a multitude of folks who are in situations that could be deemed better or worse than mine, and I have never say never, but I have not found myself in a situation where I've ever wanted to be someone else. I've always been happy to be myself, to be in my body, in my home, because my body is my home. My home is my temple. Even as I broke 3 toes on my left foot, I could not find myself asking to be anyone else. As I sat waiting for the ambulance to come, I know this is getting a little personal. As I sat waiting for the ambulance to come, I literally was reciting to myself that I am blessed and highly favored. I am blessed to have 10 toes. I am blessed and highly favored. I am blessed to have 10 toes. So your homework leaving this reading is to find your one truth. Maybe it's 2 truths, but whatever is your truth that you can continue to affirm to yourself when you are down and out and it feels like it is getting very dark. Use that truth to find your light. Okay? Use that truth to find your light. And as I said that, it was 11:3, so 11:30 on the clock. So I always think of 3s as very abundant numbers. 3s always bring me back to Papa Legba or Ishun or Archangel Michael, which those are all entities of truth and message senders and just divine guidance, truly. So I'm sure you needed to hear that. And I want to remind you one last message. Stay true and be in your power. You are a rock star. You are meant to be here. You are meant to do this. Whatever it is that you're feeling driven to, whatever is your creative love, whatever it is, honey, use all of that energy that you have, whatever is making you angry. Find your routine. Find it again. You can do it. And get back into it. 12:44 as I said that. So I think you've definitely gotten some beautiful messages out of this. I know it seems like pile 1 has been my shorter piles, but it seems like pile 1 is the ones that listen. maybe the quicker learners. So it was a pleasure to read for you. It was a pleasure to have your energy in the house. Thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe if you've enjoyed this. I've been tapped on the shoulder, reminded to try to get some funds out of this. So I'm going to be adding my Cash App to the description box. So if you feel like tipping, go ahead, drop some cash in there. Sis needs it. I appreciate you so much again, and love and light to you. I know you're going to be very powerful in your next moves, It is all divinely guided. This is a beautiful spread. So if you need to take that time to yourself, go ahead. It's okay. It is not. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of solitude. Okay. Love you. See you on the next one. All right, pile number 2. You got a lot of messages. My left eye was twitching and everything. Like, you got a lot going on here, baby. Are you going through a tower moment? Are you? Because you got the tower card, baby. Not only did you pick cosmic power, a beautiful card, Isis says she wanted to speak with you with the Lunar Queen, which I think is absolutely so funny because I'm reading on the blue moon. Absolutely. I love a divine timing moment. Oh my goodness, with that beautiful card. So I'm gonna put that right over your card that you picked. And then we did get some oracle cards from the Egyptian Gods Oracle to start us off. And then we were led into the What the Fudge spread afterwards. So first I'm going to straighten out your cards so you can at least see them. Try to get them all in frame if possible. If not, I'll be picking them up and showing them to you as I go through them. Channeled message for you right off the bat, baby. Male, female, non-binary, pal. Baby, you are powerful. And don't let anybody ever fucking tell you you're not. Excuse the swear words. Fudging words. Tell you you're not. You are so, so powerful. And it's time to leave some things behind. Some things that are no longer serving you. I'm not going to tell you what those things are. Since this is a general reading, I'm not hearing any messages on any specifics. However, just looking top-sided all your cards, you have some huge major arcanas in here. The oracles that came out for you are all very positive. It just feels as if it's time to release, mama. Bye-bye. Okay? So let's get into it. With your What the Fudge spread, you have the Tower in reverse, then the Four of Pentacles crossing, then the Five of Wands in the Fudge position. So with the Tower, if you're not into tarot, this is one of your first tarot readings, or you haven't deep dived and started to remember all of the cards by heart, the Tower is a moment where, just as you can see, everything comes down. The foundation was not there, and it's time for it to crumble. That building's coming down. So whatever was built upon a broken foundation must come down. Then the Four of Pentacles is financial stability. Then your Fudge is Five of Wands, which can be seen as conflict. All right? Okay. Conflict and creation. Now, it doesn't mean anyone's doing better or worse in this conflict, but there is some conflict, right? Now, asking what's real, and what's real in this position is that you are the magician. You are the magician. You have every tool in your toolbox to win that conflict, to rebuild on a solid foundation and create something new, something that's actually stable. Now, in the what do you need to know, you got the High Priestess, an absolutely beautiful card. Look at that, just gorgeous. And Death. Now, don't get scared because you see Death. It's just Anubis. I shouldn't say just. It's Anubis. Anubis is a beautiful deity who helps us and guides us through the underworld and weighs our heart to see if we gain access to that light, bright afterlife. So it also can be seen as a transformation. And our High Priestess speaks to our spirituality and being able to manipulate, manifest more than the magician in the way of secrecy and self-care and self-love and those carrying out those rituals. Now, in your what do you need to do, this is the Eight of Cups. Now the Eight of Cups is read as leaving behind a broken situation. In some decks, the cups are actually broken, so you can't even drink out of them. In this deck, they're in the river. You have 4 cups in the river and 4 cups in the air. You can't drink out of them. It's time to leave them behind. Okay? Whatever you were using to emotionally fulfill you, because cups are meant to represent emotional fulfillment, as it's a water. It holds water. It's time to leave that behind. Whatever it was, it's got to go. Like I said, it's release. Now, from your oracle cards, we have Ra with enlightening. I don't want to disrespect anybody, so if you know how to pronounce these names correctly, please let me know in the comments. However, we have 36 with Nephirim, completeness. Nephit, with meditation. Merciger with righteousness. And with exploration. So looking at your full spread, my love, as I already said, I feel like you are a very, very spiritually powerful being, and I think every person is, but it feels as though you are right on that edge of really tapping into your your gifts. Which ones those will be, I'm not here to tell you which one, because there's clairaudience, there's clairvoyance, there's all the clairs. So start looking into that, and that honestly speaks into the High Priestess and death. So maybe you were raised in a very specific monotheistic religion where you didn't believe in magic, or it felt like tarot and divination and deities was something that was evil. It is not. It is absolutely not. And a lot of the spiritual people who say source are referring to what very religious people are referring to their monotheistic God. So Allah, God, that is source. Okay? So don't be scared to look into different ways to express yourself. And one of those ways that are calling out to you is meditation right off bat, right? So start to meditate on what is actually serving you in your life and what is blocking you from being who you truly feel like you are. And I want you to tap into your intuition. The High Priestess also speaks very much about the intuition. And again, with the Magician being here with the High Priestess, with death. Ooh, excuse me, I had a burp. Obviously, clearing the solar plexus. I've heard some people call burps confirmations. All types of things. I feel and I hear that you are on the edge of greatness, and I am just here as a messenger to remind you that you have all the power. You have all of the tools in your toolbox to take the next step, to leave behind this unfulfilling notion, whatever it is. It could be a person, place, thing, I don't know specifics, because again, this is a general reading. But it's time to leave this behind. This person doesn't look happy, does he? He's praying that those 4 cups will come down and he'll have something to drink from. He'll have some emotional fulfillment, but there's no need to pray anymore, babe. You are the Magician. One of the greatest things that I learned in this spiritual journey is that we are all God beings. And I promise that's not a sin to realize that in yourself. The law of cause and effect is that if you do something, there will be an effect. And the same way I don't believe in blaming the devil for bad things that happen to us, I don't believe in saying that all of the power for good things to happen to us lies within deities. Deities are here to guide us on how to shape ourselves, because they've done the good and the bad already. They've done the dramatics for us, and they've taught us in their stories what happens, the consequences, so we don't have to make them as well. So with all of this information of how things can go wrong, how can we make them go right? How can you be the magician that really serves your community, that serves yourself? And it was 1:15 on the clock when I said that creates the change. And I know a lot of us in the society, at least in the US society, feels as though the community is crumbling. However, I don't believe that a lot of people are taking the step to be the change they want to see. A lot of the things that people are doing on a day-to-day basis are not serving their community, are not serving a higher purpose, are not serving to better anything. It's very self-serving. So maybe you needed to hear that. It's time to take that step towards exploring how you can be more righteous, how you can actually find completeness in an everyday life, right? How can you help your brother, your sister? Especially in this blue moon, I feel like it's your time. It is your time to take that next step. Be big and bad in your righteousness, and I feel confident in saying that there's no negativity in you. It's more so attachment towards things that you were told were right. Whether that be a house with a white picket fence, and that's what society tells you to go after. We had a little confirmation there. Society tells you to go after, yet you just have this calling to do something else. Do something else. You do not have to do any one thing, ever. Don't let anyone ever tell you that, okay? You can do whatever and be whatever you want to be. And what these cards are telling me is, sweetie, male, female, non-binary, the tower is coming down so that you, as the magician, can learn how to be the high priestess. Take this transformation, leave what you no longer serves you behind, and access this enlightenment. Access this enlightenment. Become the lunar queen. Okay? Find your completeness. Set a ritual where every day you meditate a little bit. And meditating doesn't mean sitting with your legs in lotus position and humming and hitting the om and all that. Shoot, whenever I am in a place where I can consistently have clear thoughts and everything else is just gone. Let's say I'm walking my dog. Sometimes I'm meditating while I'm walking my dog, or I'm cleaning. I'm meditating while I'm cleaning. So it looks different for everybody. Don't put yourself in a box. I guess will be my last message. Don't label yourself. Don't put yourself in a box. Your perfect does not have to be the perfect that everybody else says. Okay? And that 133 was when I was saying that. So I think I've gotten majority of that off my chest. My chest is a little heavy right now, so I know you guys probably definitely needed to hear this. It might be a very weary time in your life. I know tower moments can be pretty heavy. I told pile 1 what I'm going through right now. Basically, I broke 3 toes on my left foot. So a bit of a tower moment on my own. I am learning another shade of empathy right now. So go ahead and take a deep breath with me. Remember, it is all going to be all right. And the same thing I told pile 1, I'll tell you. Things happen for us, not to us. Okay? Things happen for us, not to us. I promise you, if you look back on everything that happened in your life that didn't go the way that you thought it would, and my right ear is itching, it led you down the path that you are on right now, and I'm absolutely certain you can see how that led you to a better outcome. Like, things do not always have to go as you planned it. Remember that God's plan, source's plan, the universe's plan is greater than yours. You are a part of a bigger picture. Sometimes you had to stub your toe so that you ran 5 minutes late so you weren't in that car crash. You had to leave behind your keys so that you would go back into the house and miss a drive-by shooting. Shit, I don't know, baby. But remember, it is all happening for you, not to you. And now my chest is feeling a little bit lighter, and I think I've gotten all the messages out for you. You had a lot going on here, sis, brother. I hope that you are feeling better after this reading. Light and love to you. As I told pile 1, I have been popped on the forehead to leave my Cash App at the bottom for tips. Sister is definitely appreciative if you feel like leaving $1 or $2 with me for this reading. And if you enjoyed it, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Again, thank you for being here. Hello, pile number 3. You have selected Nana Baluku with Seasons, card number 1. And your oracle cards that came out for you are Fruitfulness and Skill, Pata and Sit. Let me go ahead and bring these closer to you. Pata and Sit. Fruitfulness. And then your What the Fudge spread came out with an interesting reading. A very interesting reading, to say the least. In your WTF spaces, you have the Fool, the Magician, and the Ten of Cups. So I'll bring these cards so that you can see them. This Fool in this deck is a little different. We do not have a person jumping off of a cliff with a dog happily behind them. We have a person who is heading out for a new journey and their cat is warning them. Okay? And then you have the Magician crossing. And in the Fudge position, you have the Ten of Cups. Now again, even in this deck, the Ten of Cups is not as you usually see it, where it's all sunshine and rainbows. Some of these cups are broken. But they're so into each other, so into that emotional fulfillment that they're not even paying attention to the cards. Now, what's real in this situation? You have the Knave of Wands. And I asked for clarification and got the Knight of Wands. Okay. Now, with the Knave of Wands, I see and I feel a person who has found a new creative craft and has a true passion behind it. And with the upgrade to Knight of Wands, I can see that you are developing your skill in it. Obviously, you've got Papa here with skill. So your skill is increasing with whatever craft it is that you're picking up. And Spirit and your ancestors want you to focus on finding stability. Now, the what do you need to do is the Five of Pentacles. Now, red in this deck, it is letting you know to release any excessive spending, obstacles, things of that kind. And then I asked for clarification and got the Seven of Swords, where in this deck in particular, it's stated as a crow is trying to be sneaky and steal away these swords, but they're too heavy for him to carry, so he drops 2. But he's happy with what he could get, right? He drops 2 feathers and 2 swords in the process. So it warns of a trickster, but also states that if you are the person that's trying to be the trickster, it may not work out for you. Okay? And I had this funny feeling as I was pulling these cards. And even right now, my puppy is pulling some shiesty stuff, and I could tell she needs to go out and potty. So I'm going to pause here, reflect on this, and come back. We'll see where spirit leads us from here. Wow, isn't that funny? I thought I started recording and I hadn't. I was called to pull some Isis Oracle cards for you, and you received Divine Guardian and Past Life, Present Power. The many spiritual faces of you. Okay. So, I don't know if I'm the first person to tell you, but you are definitely divinely protected, sweetie. Male or female. You've got some strong guides here. So, please embark on your brand new journey with a little bit of caution and eyes on creating stability for yourself, whatever stability looks like for you. It doesn't have to be having a 401k or having so much money in the bank. Let that go. Let those societal standards of what stability looks like go, and find what truly that word means to you. I also am called to tell you that trickster energy can be in many faces. We've got kids playing outside, ice cubes falling, so remember that it's not always bad tricks, you know, trick or treat, right? However, make your moves with the highest good in mind, okay? 15 on the clock, 150 on the clock when I said that. When I manifest, I have been taught to manifest with, if it's for the highest good of all, tagged on the end. Okay? And maybe that's something that you want to add into your affirmations and your manifestations. It feels as though you've already conquered becoming, if I could pick up this card. Obviously, this card does not want to be picked up very much. Excuse me, Magician, thank you. You've conquered learning your tools, your craft. At least the basics, right? You know the tools that are in your toolbox. You took that leap of faith. However, do not be fooled by whatever emotional fulfillment it's giving you right now. Continue to be the Knave and the Knight, because both of these energies are fast moving energies, and the Knave of Wands is seen as the most passionate card in tarot. This is the Knave that looks at their tool with love and looks at their craft with this spark of joy. So don't lose that childlike joy that you find in whatever your creation is, whether that's painting, drawing, pulling cards, creating cards, writing stories, whatever it may be. Don't lose that passion behind it. I almost feel as though it's a warning on becoming almost a Scrooge, where money is the only reason why you're doing a certain thing. I personally did not want to start reading cards because I've seen so many tarot readers that were doing these love readings, and of course we all want to hear about love. However, it felt as though they were feeding into this karmic cycle of continuously telling the viewer about a person that may or may not want them. And my right ear is kind of itchy right now. And I don't want to go too far into that. I could say the same thing about singers and many a person who get into a craft because they love it at first and then get blinded by the finances. And I want to remind you that money does not truly exist. Find the fruitfulness and the love and let that be the trade-off that you're getting. So right now, yes, of course, I would love to get paid for reading cards, and I see that and I feel that it will get to that point where I can rely on purely my creative craft to fund the rest of my life. However, I don't do this because I want money, because I need money. I do this because I want to help heal others. And I hope the same for you on your path. I don't feel like there's too many more messages for you. And with Love and Light, I'll be closing your reading. It really does feel as though you have all the puzzle pieces, and this was just a cautionary tale for you. Don't let any past life karmic lessons that you probably already learned in 5 on the clock when I said that come back and make you lose everything. Okay? You've learned the lesson already. You may be tested a few times. However, you know the answers. You know the answers. You know what's right. You know what's wrong for you, not society. Remember, this is about you and the divine spirit within you. You are a divine being having a human experience, okay? And with that, I do say adieu on this beautiful blue moon. I hope you enjoy it. And I see a lot of beauty in your future. I hope to see you again on my channel. If not, best of luck to you. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, subscribe. I have been called to add my Cash App to the description box, so if you feel like you want a tip, $1 or $2 will definitely do me very well. And again, thank you for being here and sharing your energy with me so that I could read the cards for you. And that's it. All right. See you around, love bug.